Hey there, and welcome. We've all been there, right? Staring at some long, complicated legal document, feeling totally and completely overwhelmed. It can feel like you're trying to find one specific key in a room piled high with junk. But what if I told you that sometimes that one key is hiding in a single, super simple sentence? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to file a claim or make some kind of statement, and the rules say to use Form 12 or Form B. And you're just like, okay, but where are they? You scroll and scroll through pages of dense text, and the frustration just keeps building. Well, stick with me, because today we're going to solve that exact problem.
So for this explainer, we're diving into the world of property law, specifically a key piece of Malaysian legislation called the Strata Management Act. This law basically governs life in places like apartments and condos. So if you live in one or deal with one, this act is a pretty big deal for you.
But we're not going to try and tackle the whole thing. Nope, we're zooming right in on a very specific part, the regulations for the Strata Management Tribunal. This is the place where disputes between residents and management actually get sorted out.
Now, what are regulations anyway? Well, think of it like this. The act is the big idea, the main goal. The regulations? That's the instruction manual. They give you the specific step-by-step rules you have to follow to make the act actually work in the real world.
And deep inside this instruction manual is where we find our clue. It's just a single, pretty unassuming sentence tucked away in a place called Regulation 5. At first glance, it just looks like more boring legal speak, but it's not. It's actually the key that unlocks the whole thing.
There it is. The forms referred to in these regulations shall be as prescribed in the second schedule. I know. It doesn't look like much, does it? It's so simple you could easily scroll right past it. But trust me, this little sentence is an absolute powerhouse.
Okay, let's break this down piece by piece. First up, the forms. What forms are we talking about? Well, these are the official documents you need to use to interact with the tribunal. The form to start your claim, the one for your defense, and so on. They're the practical tools you actually use.
Okay, next part. Referred to in these regulations. This bit sets the boundaries. It's basically saying, hey, don't worry about forms from any other law. We are only talking about the ones mentioned right here, in this document. It's like a focusing lens.
And here it is, the most important part. Shall be as prescribed in the second schedule. Now, that word shall, in the world of law, shall is not a suggestion. It's an order. It's a command. This sentence isn't just describing something, it's giving you a direct instruction. It's telling you exactly where to go.
And that's the aha moment. That simple sense isn't just a boring rule. It's a signpost. It's a navigational tool that's built right into the law to help you find what you need without getting lost. Let me show you what I mean.
Think about it like this. When you're reading an article online and you see some blue underlined text, you just know that's a link. You click it and it takes you somewhere else. Well, Regulation 5 is the legal version of that hyperlink. Its entire job is to send you to the right place.
So here's the journey. You start out inside the main regulations. Then you find your signpost, Regulation 5, which basically shouts, hey, the forms are over there. And it points you directly to your destination, the second schedule. That's a separate section at the end of the document where all the forms are waiting for you, all neat and organized.
So let's look at that sentence one more time. It reads completely differently now, doesn't it? It's not some dry, boring rule anymore. It's a helpful guide saying, hey, you looking for the forms? Stop searching everywhere. Just go straight to the second schedule. I put them all there for you.
So, why do they even do this? Why don't lawmakers just dump everything into one massive file? Well, this structure isn't some random accident. It's actually a really clever piece of design that makes the law more efficient and way easier to use.
It's a totally fair question. I mean, on the surface, it might seem more straightforward to have everything in one place. But there is some serious genius behind separating the rules from the tools.
Look at it this way. If everything was just crammed into one giant document, it would be a total nightmare to manage. If you needed to update just one tiny part of one form, you'd have to amend and reissue the entire set of regulations. But with this modular approach, the forms live in their own section, the schedule. This means you can update, add, or remove forms super easily without ever touching the main rules.
The benefits here are huge. You get modularity, it's like legal Legos. You get clarity by separating the rules from the tools. This gives lawmakers a ton of flexibility to make changes efficiently. And, most important of all, it leads to much better user-friendliness for people like you and me, the ones who actually have to use this stuff.
And that's really the heart of it. Good legal drafting isn't about making things complicated just for the sake of it. It's about creating a system that's logical, that's accessible, and that actually works. This whole idea of separating rules and schedules is a perfect example of that in action.
So, you've just unlocked a new skill for reading these kinds of documents. Next time you're facing one, don't just read from top to bottom. First, figure out what you're looking for. A form, a fee, maybe a list. Then scan the text for those magic pointer words like schedule or as prescribed in. When you find one, you'll know it's not just text, it's a map. Follow it, and it'll lead you right where you need to go.
And that brings us to the end. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Whether it's in a legal document, a technical manual, or even a scientific paper, how many other seemingly simple sentences are out there just hiding in plain sight, waiting to unlock a whole world of understanding if we only know how to read them? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.